Everybody, you got the dude here with American Metal Magazine, and I've got a real treat from a band down under, and this is Simple Stone. Say hello there, Simple Stone guys. What's going on?
How the hell are you?
Excellent. So, man, I'm really excited about you guys because I've been listening to a lot of your music, and I'm just blown away, man. First of all, I just got to say the production level is extremely high
Yeah,
on everything that I've listened to. How did you manage to do that? And you got somebody that's producing for you?
yeah, yeah. There's a fellow called Dave Blues who we use in here in Sydney, and we've been working with him for many years. And the last album, actually, the production on the last album was wicked. He did a really, really good job.
Yeah, really
So
incredible job, man. I just,
yeah,
right off the bat, I saw that it really had it together, man. And I noticed that you did have a cover song that you guys had done, and I listened to that, and I just couldn't believe it, man. What a great cover of Dead or Alive. I thought that was
yeah, nice,
fantastic. Yeah, I
nice.
mean, there's a lot of people that have done covers, and I'm like anti-cover guy, because
Yeah,
I'm in the band too, but and we play all originals, and that's what it's all about. But I just have to say that you guys did an incredible job, man, on that track. I was
thanks,
blown away. I thought it was better
thank you.
than any of the other covers I've ever heard in the original. It really
Well,
got me, man. It did.
that song
Um,
was aching to have a punk, vibe
yeah,
to it. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And you guys pulled
So,
it off, man. It just, the style was fantastic. So tell me a little bit about yourselves. What's it like? You guys are near Sydney or you're in Sydney? Is that right?
yeah. We're from all different parts of Sydney.
Yeah.
We've been around for probably too many years, and we just get about doing what we're doing.
Well,
You know,
not so much me.
yeah, not so much him.
Yeah.
Bo's been with us for about 2 years. Yeah.
About 2 years. Well, when did you guys start originally?
Oh yeah. So 2001 was kind of the original inception.
Uh-huh.
We had a few lineup changes till about 2005, and then stuck at that lineup for quite some time. Had a
Hmm.
break, and then came back to it in 2015 in the format that it's in now, with the sound that we're
Yeah.
in now.
Yeah.
And we found our straps. It was found our stride. It was good.
Have you think that you've changed a lot in that time, man, from
Yeah,
those early days?
I change every day. I find fresh clothes are really important, especially undergarments.
Yeah, that's
Um,
always a good. I wasn't sure, man. You guys are from a different hemisphere, and I wasn't going to ask, but thanks for volunteering, man.
no. Laundry and washing is an
It is
important
good.
thing
It's
within our
important
band.
everywhere. Yeah, man. I totally agree with that. So tell me, man. So what is the scene like down there, man? Is it? I mean, here in the States, metal is really blowing up. In the UK, it's blowing up. What is it like down there, man? What's the metal scene? What's the rock scene like?
I think the metal scene has always been pretty healthy. Like the crowds seem to stay. They're
Uh
with
huh.
it. They get out and follow the bands and support the scene. The rock scene is probably not as healthy, but I think it's getting there. I think things are improving. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's kind of everywhere. Metal is kind of taking over, man. There's just something about the energy, I guess, and the punk too, man. Punk and metal both. I mean, they're really making a comeback here. I was really curious to see how that was working down there for you guys. Do you see kind of an upswing in the genre that we love down there?
Yeah, I'm not sure that we've kind of got quite defined crowd genres. Like I
Yeah.
think we've got metal, and then we've got rock to punk to
Yeah.
Prog.
to prog, and we all
Right.
kind of get on the same bills. Like we don't do gigs with hardcore bands because there's quite a vast difference between that, and
Yeah.
we don't the bills don't sort of consist of folk style singers, but there could be some quite diverse bands on the bill, but we're seeing some good crowds, and I've got to say, in the last kind of 2 or 3 years, it's been getting better. It's
What kind of venues are you guys in right now? What kind of, if you want to drop a name of a location that you like or that you've had really good success with, is there a place that you really like?
Mm.
in Sydney. I like playing the Duke, man. There's the
Yeah.
Duke of Enmore. They
Yeah.
open up it's a
It's a corner, like a corner pub on a main street.
I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
It's a good room, and they open up the window so you get all the passers by, and you know,
Yeah.
we were in there, and Murray from the Wiggles stopped by the other week. You know, like that was cool.
That's great, man. So that, you know, it just sounds like a lot of like the local scene over here, man, you know, and it's really great to see fans come out and again, you're just such a fantastic band. What's on the agenda coming up? I know that you just released a new a new album, right? Let's see. Uh
Yeah, we're just
moving
about to
through
drop a record, man, within the end of the year.
yeah. Yeah. So, well, moving through the dark, is that out now? That's out now,
Yeah.
right? Or is
Yeah,
that
through the Starks out. Yeah, yeah. So
yeah.
we actually officially released that at the start of last, no,
2023.
2023.
Yeah.
Oh
That was
yeah.
actually a COVID album.
Right. Oh,
So we sort of, yeah, we put that together while that was all happening. So we could take our time, I guess. But we've been sort of releasing stuff from that since, which is sort of what's been getting pushed about at the moment. But
mhm.
we're in post production now for our third album. We've just come out of the studio, so we're getting ready to drop some brand new stuff in the next few months. So
Exciting.
yeah,
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 that's great. Well, man, you make sure that you send us those links and those MP3s so that we can share them over here because, you know, you guys just got a brilliant sound, man. It really comes through. It's clean, it's well produced, and it's high energy. I just love it, man. I think you guys are really a force to be reckoned with, man. So that's
Yeah, nice.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
very kind. That's very
Yeah.
kind.
You
Yeah,
guys are going to do it.
we're in the studio only on Wednesday night, cutting some BVs, some backing vocals, and some harmonies and bits and pieces to really fill out the choruses.
Yeah.
And you know, the discussion kind of came up: what's this record going to sound like? And it was like, well, it's got to sound like Through This Dark. Through This Dark was such a benchmark dynamically for us.
Uh-huh.
It's a big sounding record.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
we've had a lot of sessions where we're just like, you know, it what do we expect out of it? And even to last night when we were on our way to Canberra, we were, you know, sort of analysing the whole spectrum sort of sound of the record and the differences between that and other records that we're surrounded by, and yeah, that's what we're going for. We're going for that big, polished,
That, yeah.
produced sound. Yeah,
Well, man, you guys are hitting the mark. It looks like, if you ask me, you really are doing
yeah,
great. And kudos again to the production value of what I've heard. Very
yeah. Well, I
high.
think that's really important, man. You know.
Yeah, right.
yeah. I think because Dave's a really talented musician in his own right, and
Uh,
he adds another perspective to what we're doing. You know, which I think
yeah.
Yeah.
really elevates things.
Walk me through the songwriting process for you guys. I mean, is somebody primarily the lyricist and coming up with the bulk of the writing, or do you guys kind of bounce that around? How does that work in your band?
Yeah.
So yeah, the first two albums are mainly you.
Yeah. The first two albums are wholly solely me. This album, it's sort of, I'll tell you a little bit of a backdrop to it. We were kind of sitting around in December going, what the hell are we going to do? You know, we had a few songs that we'd recorded that weren't part of any real specific release. We had the intention to do stuff, but we just hadn't got our well, I was going to say, we haven't got our shit together yet, Dave. And
Yeah.
we're loading
Right.
into a gig, and Shanks goes, "Hey,
Yeah.
do you want to hear some stuff that I've been working on?" And
Yeah.
it was just yes, you know.
Far out.
So
Yeah.
we
Right.
piled into my car, and he played us a couple of songs, and we were like, "Oh man, that's sick," you know.
Right.
So Shanks has written
Four? So four,
yeah
five?
three
Three
I
and a
think
half.
solid yeah, and then we sort of collaborated on a song that were really destined to throw away, but
Mhm.
Shanks put together a demo of the bits that we'd sort of been mucking with,
Yeah.
and then I finished it off. And then I wrote the rest of the record. So, you know, it's been a real collaborative effort this time around. And
Hmm.
funnily enough, last night we were playing a gig in Canberra, here in Canberra.
Hmm.
At the
And
Potbelly Bar.
yeah, Pop Billy Bar. G'day, thanks for having us. And the crowd were like, man, you guys, you know, like the feedback afterwards, like you're really diverse. And they were like,
Hmm.
what's with the song that you played at this part of the set? and it was one that Shanks brought, and it's really kind of doomy, it's a bit sludgy, but it's detuned and heavy as, and
Yeah.
you know, so it brought a different dynamic to the
Right.
record. So it actually gave us a leaping off point then from his concept
Yes.
of, hey, can I play you some songs, to then let's ram an album together
Yeah.
and get it on. And you know, I kind of went in and very, very quickly wrote a few songs, and you know, it just sort of fell out of me.
Uh-huh.
Because I was a bit stagnated, you know, sort of, you know,
Sure.
lack
Yeah,
of
it happens,
direction.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. And
No.
now there's this anticipation from us, like, man, the songs are good.
Yeah.
What's going to
Right.
work? And we're like,
Yeah.
we'll see. You know, we're looking forward to the finished record.
I think that diversity in any band, when you start to throw that around and let everybody try to contribute and contribute, it just lends itself to some dynamics that in direction that you normally wouldn't go. And I think that's great, that you guys are beginning to feel that out. Because that's
Yeah.
real important, I think, man. That's real
Yeah.
important, to get different, especially when you're doing an album that can't come off as just being the same sound, boom, boom, boom. It's got to be the
Yeah.
same band, but you have to have that diversity. And so that's exciting to hear that, man. I can't wait to see the results of that. So how
Yeah.
does that
Cool.
happen for you guys musically? Do you guys go in and kind of work on some tunes that you've been working on and then add those vocals in? Or do you really just kind of go in there with the mindset of doing a particular type of song for a set of lyrics? How does that work for you guys?
Yeah. So I think to to sort of answer it up front, we actually don't have a preconceived idea of what a track's going to be.
Yeah, right on.
So
Yeah.
if we put something together and the song works and we feel that we can knock it out as us and sound,
Hmm.
you know, like us as a band, which isn't defined by any kind of song style, it's just got to have a few important elements. It's got to rock. It's got to
Yeah,
have a, you know, a good
sure.
melody. It's got to have, you know, light and dark throughout the songs. So
Yeah,
as long as it's got all that, we can do it.
right.
Sometimes songs fall out as complete things. Sometimes they become collaborations. One last
Uh-huh.
Sunday was a big collaboration on this record. Shanks, Shanks and I have a very different writing style. I generally tend to find a couple of chord progressions, find a riff,
Hmm.
and then find a lyric that goes along with that. That's, you know, inspired by
Right.
um, that musical passage, and then start, you know, sort of putting it together, you
Yeah.
know, that way. And lyrics usually, like completed lyrics, usually come last for me. I've got a
Hmm.
melody. I've got,
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
chord progressions. I've got, you know, the
Yeah.
black and whites of what's got to happen.
It's got to have something
Um,
to hold it up, man.
yeah,
That's it. Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that have that solid groove. And I think you guys are achieving that, man. That's the reason I really wanted to talk to you about how you're making that happen. I know the other bands
yeah.
and fans want to know how that works for you guys. And that's just fantastic to hear that. So tell me then more about you guys. What were some of those original influences? We can just kind of go around. What got you either into music, or what got you really? Is there a band that stands out that was a big influence, or was it something about your childhood that got you into music? How did you get here, man?
Um, I kind of, I guess, really got interested in music. I guess in the '90s is when I sort of started playing.
Uh-huh.
So I'm a bit of a grunge baby. So yeah, like really, really got into Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Alice
Right
in
on,
Chains,
man. Big Nirvana
Soundgarden,
fan. Yeah, right on,
Stone
man.
Temple Pilots.
Yeah.
That whole thing, that whole scene was
Hmm.
where I really cut my teeth, and that's kind of the ear I have still. That's the music I sort of gravitate
Yeah.
towards.
Yeah, right.
So that's kind of where I started, and that's probably a lot of my influence, I guess, and where I come from musically.
Right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome, man. And those are such powerful influences, man. And I agree with all of those, man. That's phenomenal. And was there anything and how long ago did you start playing bass? What drove you into that?
I think I was 19, so I
Yeah,
started late for some.
right.
Um,
Yeah.
and I was at uni, and
Uh-huh.
I actually had in my head that I wanted to be a rhythm guitarist, and a
Right.
friend of mine convinced me to play bass. I think he had
Yeah.
a sneaky little agenda and actually needed a bass player. Um,
Damn rhythm guitar players.
and I
Oh
like,
man. Right.
Yeah, and I hadn't thought a lot about bass, and I kind of I got home, you know, I bought a cheap bass guitar and a little practice amp
Yeah.
and sat down
Right.
and started teaching myself how to play, and I threw away the lesson books and started just playing by ear fairly
Yeah, man.
quickly.
Right.
And
That's it.
I was rediscovering music that I was listening to because, you
Hmm.
know, I was really diving into the bass parts and how they worked with the
Yeah.
track, and it
Right.
just sort of opened up my mind to, yeah, music again. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I just dug it.
Yeah,
That is great.
so for me, I was always a, you know, from a real young kid, I was always a, you know, Zeppelin fan, AC/DC fan,
Oh
you know,
yeah.
a ZZ Top
ACDs.
fan,
Yeah,
you know,
man. Right.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Still like all that stuff, but for me, when Guns N' Roses dropped Appetite, you know, and Skid Row dropped their Skid Row album,
Yeah.
it was a turning point for me, you know, and that kind of
Right.
fed then into, you know, like Master of Puppets and, you know,
Hmm.
a few others that were kicking around in that time. No, I really like that thrash metal vibe, you know.
Yeah. Right.
But like Shanks, you know, a 90s baby, Alice in Chains were a big influence on me.
I hear that a lot. Yeah.
Probably negatively, you know,
Not well, so,
lifestyle
but
wise.
that's
um,
man, but it's
you
all
know,
part of that
Pennywise,
journey,
you
man.
know.
Yeah. All right.
But then I got given an album by King's X called Dogman,
Hmm.
and I was just like, whoa, 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 everybody stop, you know.
Hold it.
Yeah,
Right.
hold up. This album is massive sonically.
Yeah.
It's amazing harmonies, and
Yes.
none of the singers, you know, none of the three of them scream their faces off, you know, as in like that,
Yeah. Right.
wow, you
Yeah.
know.
Right.
And
Not the.
I couldn't do it. So I was,
Uh-huh.
you know, I've got a very clean vocal,
Yeah. Hmm.
and their the way that they went about writing melodies and writing hook like vocal hooks and stuff like that really resonated with me because I was able to replicate it. And that,
Yes.
you know, that album is a massive part of me.
Right.
Well, it means a lot to me, and so I found a way to go about writing songs, and you know,
You try to hit that mark, right, man? I
yeah,
mean, right in your head, you know where you're going, you know, and I
yeah,
think that's driving your success, man. From when I'm talking to you guys about influences, because those, you know where the sweet spot is, man. You know where you're going, you know what you want out of it, right?
yeah.
I mean, that's how
Yeah,
I
well,
feel
we
about it.
always try and have like a an identifiable hook. You know, some people might say
Yeah,
it's, you know, a Bon Jovi style thing. Some
yeah,
people say it's a Faith No More thing. You know, all that
right.
stuff goes into the mix, but it's a
Yeah.
vocal hook that keeps you coming back.
Yeah,
So,
that's right, man.
yeah,
This is, you know what it is that's good, man. You know when it's good, and that's the thing
yeah,
about it, man. You know how to discern. Well, let's hear from Bowie back there, man. He's
yeah,
been back
yeah.
there. He's
Oh,
been
it's
a little too
still growing
quiet. We're
up.
gonna
So
bring him out here now, and
Yeah.
he's a little younger, man. So I want to hear what are your influences, my brother. What got you rocking?
The Wiggles.
Yeah, no, yeah, the Wiggles.
The
No, so
Wiggles. Yeah.
my dad, he's a metalhead, classic
All
80s,
right for
90s metalhead.
dad. Yeah.
Yeah, Maiden was a big thing, but funny enough, so
Nice.
he listened to all this metal, but there was this one band, this one little tiny band that you probably don't know called Queen. Uh, and
Oh
my dad
yes,
had the greatest hits like video albums, so like all
man.
of their music videos were on this thing.
Right.
And he bought me a little toy drum kit. He chucked it in front of the TV, turned it on, and
And
used
said,
my
here,
own
play this.
devices.
I love it, man. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. That's a great story.
Yeah, so I was like
Dig that.
3 years old with this
Yeah.
practice toy drum kit
Yeah.
playing with Roger Taylor on the screen. And apparently, according to my dad, there was one point, I think the song was Play the Game, where he does like the da da
Yeah.
da 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 da. Apparently, I kicked the drum kit and like threw the sticks and was like, "Ah." And my dad from that point was like, yeah,
That
he's
kid's
gonna be
got
a
it
rock
right
star.
there, man.
Yeah, but my influences musically, although my dad's influences weighed heavily when I was a kid, I kind of just branched off, did my own thing.
Sure.
You
You
were
got it
saying
right.
that metal is pretty big in America. Well, for Bowie here, metal is like that is just. I don't listen to fucking anything else.
Yeah,
Like
baby. I
anything
hear you,
else, I
man.
exclusively
Right.
listen to metal.
That's right,
Um,
man.
yeah,
You know, and,
I
and I think that you're a little young. How old are you, Bowie?
So I'm 23. So
See
when
that,
Matt
man?
earlier was
Yeah,
saying that
yeah.
they started in 2001, funny enough, that's the year that I was born. So you've had to
But
wait
that's all right,
twenty
man.
three years for me to roll around into this. So.
But I see that everywhere, man. I see that everywhere. Older guys, I'm an older guy, and younger guys, and really, it's bridging a generation, man. It's really far out, man. It's a great thing, and it's the energy. There's things that we loved about when we were young and music was coming out and rock was coming out, metal was coming out. It's kind of like the same thing. I see it now, man. It's very exciting. So, well, let me ask you
Yeah.
guys this: where do you want to go, man? Do you want to tour the US? If there's
Yeah.
anybody out there, by the way, listening, yeah, tour the
Yeah,
US. That would be
100%. So
pretty cool.
we're in sort of talks and plans with Rock Rage Records. Sorry,
Good.
Hey,
Curtain Call
all
Records,
right.
the Rock Rage
Yeah,
Radio
good
Group,
guys.
about getting us over there
Yeah, man.
next year, which
Yeah.
we're really pumped about, man.
That is
It's,
excellent. Well, man, I tell you, I would love to see you guys come over
well,
because I
I think
think
they're
you'd be a
based
big
in
hit.
Florida where you are.
Yeah, they
I think
are.
they're
They're
a
not too
Florida
far.
crew.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
there, man. You
Yeah.
come to
So
the US. Yeah.
yeah, we're talking sort of mid-year, June maybe next year at the moment, and probably for a couple of weeks.
Man.
So, and I think we'll bookend it with maybe some festivals, like a bike festival on each end, and we're
Yeah,
going to just
right.
travel and play shows, between them.
Right.
That's the
You'll love the
plan.
scene here, man. You'll like it. It's vibrant, and these shows get bigger and bigger all the time. Bike Week was huge, man. You should have seen
Yeah, nice.
the main stage. It was incredible. Yeah, it was an incredible show. So, let me ask you this: what do you think you guys need right now the most, man? What thing
Probably
do
more
you think?
sleep, Dave.
Yeah.
Man,
Like,
yeah,
there
right.
wasn't a lot last night, put it that
Yeah.
way.
Did you guys play out or something last night? Did you had a
Yeah, we played a show. Yeah.
Yeah. So
where'd you play
we're
last night?
so we're in Canberra at the minute.
Yeah,
So
the camp.
Yeah,
we
we're in
drove down here and
the nation's capital.
It's about
Yeah.
three and
Oh,
a half
okay.
hours away from where we reside.
Yeah. So we
Ah,
we drove here yesterday afternoon and then set up and played the gig, and we'll drive back after we're done
yeah.
this morning.
wow, man. So, and I got you guys up early. Well, man, I appreciate you getting up and
Well,
visiting
we
with
were
us.
already up early. I
Oh,
think is the
okay.
big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
I got you.
there was a
It would hurt
floor
my
in
feeling
front
to
of
think that you got up just for me, but that's cool, man.
there was
We
a
stayed
floor
up.
in front of when we went to bed.
We
So
stayed up.
Yeah,
Barely
that's
call it a
awesome.
sleep, more like a nap.
But yeah. What do we need?
Yeah. What do you need, man? What is the catalyst that you think is or it could be the hurdle, man? What's the struggle you
I
think
think we
the
need to be
biggest
heard.
struggle?
Love.
Yeah,
Heard, yeah.
it's just getting into the right ears, I guess,
Yeah,
and then
right.
getting an audience that's going to give you a shot. Getting on the right stage and playing the right
Hmm.
room and having the
Yeah,
right people in that room. I mean,
yes.
we've got the back end covered where I think we can put on a good show and we've got good material. So we
Hmm.
just need to be doing it in the right spot.
Yeah. I'd
Yeah.
say a good, strong role model might be good for our behavioural patterns.
And Obi-Wan Kenobi of rock
Yeah, we
and
need to get
roll
an
or something
adult in the
like that. Yeah,
band.
the guide you, right, man.
We do.
I've been looking for that mystical light, man. I ain't found it, dude. So, but no, but that's great though, man. Well, you guys are awesome. The music is fantastic, and I think you've got a good head for where you're going as a band, and
Yeah.
you're reaching out. I mean, you're here getting a little attention in the United States. We're gonna try to push you guys out a little more too on our end if we can. So make
Yeah,
sure that
nice.
you send us your MP3s and stuff, and we'll pass them on to all of our DJ buddies that we have up here.
Yeah,
So
that's been awesome. Curtain Call have been pretty kind to us and
yeah,
with
curtain
distributing
calls, incredible. Yeah,
all of our
the,
stuff.
they're
It's been
they're
nice.
great. Yeah, they're great. They have a lot of really good artists, and they're selective too. If Brian Marr reached out to me and said, "You got to interview these guys and get right on it too,"
Yeah,
and so
cool.
And I think that's because he can tell, they can tell the better bands is really what it gets down to. And you guys definitely rose to the top already, and you're not even over
Yeah.
here touring yet, and that's pretty impressive. So, man, get to America, boys. Pack your bags.
Yeah, that's
Get
the plan,
over
man.
here. We'd like to see you, man. Is there anybody you guys like to shout out, a buddy or friends or family, anybody that you'd like to say hi to?
Yeah, like say hello to my family. I'll see you later on today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to
All right.
say that the people in all of our lives, my
Yeah.
family included, are really
Yeah.
a big part of what we do, and really supportive of what
Right.
we do.
Yeah.
They're not always happy about it, but
One day they'll be thrilled, man. I know right now not so good, but yeah, one day. No, but that's support, and that's the reason I like to mention shout outs, because we need the people behind us, man.
Yeah.
Right.
You think
So
people get angry at you? Try
Yeah.
try having an instrument that you can't turn down.
And we've got a mutual friend, Rob Chappell. He would be very sad if we didn't mention the fact that he's a good friend of ours. He
Okay,
plays in a band
great.
called Killing Floor, and he sounds like
cool.
Ugly Kid Joe.
Oh yeah, man. Hey,
Hey,
we'll have to
Rob.
get him on next. Well, again, I really appreciate you guys for visiting with us here on American Metal Magazine. We're going
Yeah,
to put
cool, man.
additional links and things like that to you guys on www.americanmetalmagazine.com. Make sure that you share it with your friends. And man, we're going to get you out there. And again, thanks for having you on the
man.
show.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it.
Yeah.
Keep rocking.
Thank you, dude.
All right.